Today, I'm going to share some ideas about Valentine's. I want to share with you not ideas like, here, do this, because to me that's like giving a starving man a fish. Yeah, he's good for that day. Instead, I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you what love is, and then teach you how to apply that principle to your Valentine's gifting or to even your Valentine's date. And the idea is so simple, we're going to use Post-it notes for our main kind of emphasis in our gift. So stick around. Let me teach you a little bit about love and Valentine's Day. Hey, I'm Brett, licensed psychotherapist and the executive director for The Gathering. And like I said today, we're going to work on creating more love, particularly around Valentine's Day. So if you've lost that loving feeling, that love and feel. Anyway, if you've lost that loving feeling, that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on helping you understand love and how to create it. And let me just start off with a little tip here. This ain't going to do it. The card, the candies, all that cliche stuff, let's just all throw it all away, because it is not what you're going to do to create that loving feeling. And maybe I should do this kind of spoiler alert first. Linda, you're not allowed to watch this video. So you got to turn this video off right now until after Valentine's Day, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. All right, hopefully she's gone and we're back. So today we're going to talk about how to do Valentine's right, and cliche candies is not it. The way we're going to talk about how to do Valentine's right is by teaching you about love. What is love? And that, I'm sure you've seen before in the back of my shelf here, there is a book, and the book is You Can Be Right. Oops, there it is. You Can Be Right or You Can Be Married. And in this book, I talk a little bit about, well, I talk a lot about what is love, because sadly, nobody knows. You can ask doctors and psychiatrists and, therapists of any kind, and most people will just give you a lot of different ideas, but nobody really understands love and how it works. So to help you understand or picture what love is, let's put you into a thought experiment. I want you to imagine for a minute that you are holding this newborn baby. And this newborn baby is maybe just out of the chute. Man, this little beauty is maybe a day old, a couple hours old, and you're staring at him or her, and she's staring at you, and you're smiling and cooing, and he or she's smiling and cooing back at you, and there's this bond going on, man. This is a full-on love fest happening right here. Now, what's happening? What is really going on? Oops, I maybe dropped that baby. What is really going on in that moment is not all the sophisticated and kind of crazy ideas that we have about love. Love is sacrifice. Love is putting other people first. Love is words of affirmation or service, or all those kind of ideas. And I don't mean to say those are bad ideas, but love is simpler than that. Love is so much easier than that. Love, as we can see in that example of holding the baby, love is very simple, very easy. Love is the free gift of your attention. That's what love is. That's what's happening here in this moment. I'm giving my full attention to that baby. That baby's giving me his or her full attention, and we're creating a bond. And in fact, if you look at what's happening chemically in my brain, in the baby's brain, man, there is tons of dopamine happening. Dopamine's that pleasure hormone. And what also is going on is there's a lot of oxytocin, which is the hormone that bonds us together, that creates this connection, love. And you can see it even with your pet. If you're doing that same experiment with your pet where you're sitting looking at your pet and petting your pet and your pet's looking back at you, there is tons of dopamine and there's tons of oxytocin happening in your brain as well as your pet's brain. Because that's what love is. Love is the free gift of our attention. Taking that, we can then apply it to what makes a great Valentine's present, either a present or even a date night idea. And the simple formula is this. The simple formula is it's first comes love, then comes the gift, the date, or marriage, whatever the cute little poem was when we said as a kid. But it's love first, then the gift or the date, and then we'll create a connection. That's the way the formula works. And the reason I point that out that way, kind of sounds obvious when I say it like that, but most of the time we're doing it the opposite. Most of the time we get a gift or we come up with a date night idea, go out somewhere, and we think that the gift or the date is going to create this loving feeling, which then is going to connect us. And it doesn't work that way. The way it works, I'll say it again, the way it works is we bring love first. Then we add love to whatever we're doing. It could be the date itself, it could be a gift, and then that creates a connection. Bring it back to what we were just saying about what is love. Well, love is the free gift of my attention. So if I'm going to gift my wife with a great Valentine's present, what I have to start with is attention. I have to pay attention, focus, give attention to my idea. Because the more I can give attention to this idea, then the more the idea is going to be infused with this gift of attention. And then that is what's going to create the connection. So in terms of a date, let me just give you a simple example. So if I, on a Valentine's date, I say, hey, we should probably go and make reservations at the first place we went to for our first date. We'll use that as our Valentine's date. Now, when you present that, when you say, hey, honey, we're going back to where we first met, she's going to go, gosh, that's really cool. He remembered. But what if you took that idea and you took it even another step further and you said, now, what were we wearing? And maybe you were smart enough and lucky enough to take a picture of that first date. And so when you show up for your date, your Valentine's date, you tell your wife, hey, we're going to go here, or your girlfriend, whoever, we're going to go here. And she'll go, oh, that's cute. And we have to wear these outfits because these are the outfits we wore when we first went. And she's going to go, oh my gosh, he really put some attention into this idea. And she's going to see that attention as love. And so it's not going to be just a date. Hey, let's just go out somewhere. It's a date that you put some attention into. And because you put some attention into the idea, it made it work. Now, let's talk about that same principle in gifting. And in fact, I want to use an example of a gifting idea where I'm going to use nothing more than Post-it notes. Well, okay, there's going to be a gift, but I'm going to use Post-it notes really as the primary part of the gift. And the gift itself is kind of at the end, kind of secondary, because the love is going to be shown in the thoughts that I put into the gift or the notes themselves. So basically, I started this gifting idea off with kind of a scavenger hunt. And I put sweet thoughts, nice ideas on a set of note cards and then stashed them around the house. And each thought kind of went along with the theme of the room or what was going on, what goes on in that room. And each then card was a clue to the next idea. So let me show you what I mean. Hey, we're going to start off in the bathroom because this is kind of where Linda starts her day. And we're going to start with just a little note right here by the tub. And it just simply says, if you can't read it, and see, we can say, hey, I love that you keep yourself so beautiful. And then on the back, we have a little clue, library. So next, we're going to come down to Linda's library, and we're going to see the next clue. And the next clue is just this short little note that says, I love how brilliant and intelligent you are. And then on the back side of that note, we have the word freezer. So following our cues or clues, we're going to follow into the next clue, which is the freezer. I'm going to open up the freezer, and there we're going to find a little note that says, I love and am thankful for all that you do to feed and care for our family. And then on the back, our next clue, gym. Into the gym. As we come into the gym, hopefully she can see on the Swedish bars here, we have another little note. And this note, right there, this note says, I love that you take care of yourself. And on the back of that note, it says fireplace. All right, coming into the great room where we can find our fireplace, we can see our next note. And our next note says, see if we can get it in focus. I love how you bring light and warmth to everyone you meet. Family room. All right. Well, luckily we're already in the family room, so we're going to look around and we see another note right here on this family portrait. And this note says, let's get a focus on that. I love how you are the glue that keeps us all together. And the next clue is bedroom. All right, as we walk into the bedroom, we can see right away on the bed, there is a gift. See the gift idea. Hopefully you can. It says, I love you. And then inside, obviously inside the bag, is our surprise. Now, I hope you noticed a couple things in this gifting idea with the note cards. First off, I want you to really notice that I put some thought into what I love about my wife. So instead of saying, hey, I love you, awesome, here's why I love you. So I tried to put some thought into what do I love about my wife. The second thing I did, and I hope you noticed it and it kind of came out, was that I kind of mixed the ideas up a little bit between things that I appreciate and love about her beauty, some of the qualities I love and appreciate about her, because women like to be admired. But I also wanted to emphasize and kind of focus on the internal qualities, intelligence, caring, understanding. And so it wasn't all physical. And that's super important, guys, because a lot of times when we give attention, we give a lot of attention to the physical. And really the message that gives is that your attention isn't free. Your attention has a motive. And the motive is to get your sexual needs met. And that will ruin it. That will absolutely destroy it. Because again, the definition of love is the free gift of my attention. So I'm going to give her attention with no expectation of anything back. Like she's going to perform for me somehow. Because that would just absolutely destroy the idea. So make sure when you're doing that, make sure you're giving compliments in terms of her physical beauty, for sure, that's great. However, go deeper. Go into the qualities and characteristics about her as a person and what she means to the family. Because those are stepping way beyond how you think of her or how you imagine her is just an object of your own pleasure. Because if that's the message that's going to come out, it's going to so backfire on you. Now, your homework, guess what your homework's going to be, right? I want you to think right now about Valentine's Day, and I want you to think about what you love about your spouse. So start off with just a note, journal entry on all the things that you love about your spouse. And as you go through, make sure you put thought into the different aspects, who she is as a person, as well as how beautiful and amazing she is, as well as what she means to the family, and put thought into all the different dimensions of who she is. And so you may not do Post-it notes, okay, but when you write your card, when you write your love note for Valentine's Day, you're including all these things. So the note isn't just, hey, I love you, Brett. It's, I love you, and this is what I love about you. And let her really see that you put some attention even into this simple note, because that is what's going to make her feel loved. All right, again, I hope this was helpful. Subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you a part of the gathering here. And if you want some more resources, go to the Gathering of Good People. There you'll find our book, as well as I have a date night, accompanying date night deck, which are 52 date night ideas that kind of emphasize the principle we were talking about in the book, which is love, and emphasize how to bring love into your date nights as well. So there's a couple resources for you to check out as well. Again, thanks so much for watching. I'm Brett R. Williams, licensed psychotherapist, and I hope to see you soon at the Gathering of Good People. Take care.